Hello, it's me, LH Music. Welcome to my political life video blog. And of course, you may wonder about the death of George H.W. Bush funeral. Bush's funeral. Everybody has friends, everybody has family, and relatives and young ones. Because everybody has to say goodbye about this one. I have, in my opinion, and what have you? Because this is why I went to funerals. I sang with at Resurrection and others. So that you ought to know by now. But you just had to trust me about that as well. But enough of that. Here's my purpose about George H.W. Bush's funeral, because everybody has friends and family who says goodbye to this 41st president. Because the funeral follows a former president just lying in a estate inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C. Because it was held just for today inside the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. Because last Tuesday, because the former president has lain in state at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. And this honors is the reserved for only a small handful of American citizens. And that's why, according to you guessed it, the website architect of the Capitol, that means stands for AOC.gov. And it says that only 10 other presidents have been received this honor to date: Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, Harding, Taft, Kennedy, Eisenhower, LBJ, Ford, and you guessed it, Ronald Reagan. Here's the thing for you. Here's the thing. You know, Irish tenor Ronan Tynan, and so is Grammy Award Christian contemporary Grammy and Dove Award winning Christian musician Michael W. Smith just sang at a funeral, and he's also sang before the hours of death, as far as we're concerned, according to BBC.com. But you know, and that's why the speakers give the presidential biographer John Meacham, and so many of these things has the huge speakers for this eulogy. And then you know why? Because everything else gets civilized about this one. And Senator Alan Simpson, because Simpson's father has been a senator, had sold the Simpson family in Washington, D.C., home to George H.W. Bush, his father, Prescott Bush. And you know why? He has been retiring about all this, after all this time. And at least you know by now about the giving the whole eulogy. Former President George W. Bush talks about the love between his parents and his father's love of jokes. And that's why he recounted the moment that, as he found out, only had minutes to live for his 41st president. And everybody could hear, but likely it couldn't respond. And that's what he said: "Dad, I love you. You You've been a wonderful father. Because everybody else could be you know who. Trust me about that. And and he starts jokingly about Fred not Fred Astaire on a dance floor, and or so far the band of vegetables over Air Force One. Because at the end of the speech, this is what happens. This is what happens about this one. So listen to this from. I want you to listen to this from George W. Bush. Scott Whitlock just put out a tweet on his Twitter account, and oh, I want you to listen to this. Listen to this because it makes a lot of sense about this one. So, sense about this one, and 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 this is what he says about this on his Twitter account, and it says I can find a soundbite. And let's see. Let's see. Sounds like it's kind of frozen. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. So, so I can find a soundbite. And, touching emotional thing that you know this. So so I will scroll down there. So it's gonna be touching, warm feeling about this one. So. And as far as we're concerned, we... Oh, yes, there is. Doesn't get any sound bites. Well, who knows? That's why a touching tribute to... You know. So what comes next on a list of things? Well, I think you get the picture about this one, so who knows? But that's why, and you know, what else can we say? President Trump and President Trump and Melania, First Lady Melania, were in attendance. And that's why living former presidents and first ladies, Barack and Michelle, what are they doing here? And so is Bill and Hillary, I have no clue. But what about Jimmy and Rosalind and George and Laura? Sat down with the Bush family because after the funeral, you know what comes next. Because George H.W. Bush will be flown into his home state of Texas. Sounds different to you? So who knows? Well, guess what? The moral of my political life video blog is this: never underestimate about this touching tribute to George. Tribute to his, George H.W. Bush. This guy's a hero, war hero, and all that. So, it might be different, but who knows? Could be civilized about this one. Well, you get the idea. Anyways, that's my political life video blog story, and I'm sticking to it.